Welcome to Coin Explorer. Before you spend a 1967 Lincoln cent, take a closer look at what you actually have. This American 1-cent coin was produced during an unusual period in United States coinage, when mint marks were removed from circulating coins. That means the absence of a mint mark on this date is not automatically rare. Most examples are common, but condition, color, strike quality, and special set status can create a dramatic difference in collector interest and value. The key is knowing exactly which 1967 cent you are examining. The coin shown here is a 1967 Lincoln Memorial cent, featuring Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. The design was created by Victor David Brenner, while the Lincoln Memorial reverse was designed by Frank Gasparo. Lincoln faces right, with Liberty to the left, and the date 1967 to the right. Above his portrait is the familiar motto, "In God We Trust." On the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial appears beneath United States of America and a pluribus unum with 1 cent below. One detail that often creates confusion is the missing mint mark. During 1965 through 1967, the United States Mint temporarily removed mint marks from circulating coins. Because of that policy, a 1967 cent without a mint mark cannot automatically be identified as a Philadelphia issue simply by looking at the coin. Multiple United States mint facilities produced coins during this period. So, the missing mint mark is normal for 1967 and by itself does not make the cent rare or valuable. The regular 1967 Lincoln cent had an enormous production total of approximately 3.048 billion coins. It was struck in a composition containing 95% copper and 5% zinc, with a diameter of about 19 millimeters and a standard weight of approximately 3.11 grams. Its edge is plain, not reeded. These specifications help collectors compare an example with known standards, but weight alone cannot prove a rare variety or mint error. Authentication requires examining the complete coin carefully. For most 1967 Lincoln cents found in ordinary circulated condition, the realistic value is usually close to 1 cent. Some attractive uncirculated examples may bring more, depending on their preservation and color. However, online asking prices should not be confused with completed sales. A seller can list an ordinary coin for hundreds or thousands of dollars, but that does not mean collectors are actually paying that amount. Real value is better judged through documented sales, coin grade, and genuine buyer demand. The most important factor is condition. A circulated coin may show wear on Lincoln's hair, cheek, jaw, and clothing, along with scratches, spots, discoloration, or contact marks. An uncirculated coin has never been used in normal circulation, but even uncirculated coins can differ greatly in quality. Collectors pay close attention to original luster, surface marks, sharpness, and color. Two coins with the same date can therefore have very different market values because their condition is not truly the same. Color is another important part of the 1967 cent market. Copper cents are commonly described as brown, red-brown, or red by professional grading services. A bright, original red example can attract more attention than a heavily toned or darkened coin of the same grade. But color should not be judged only from a photograph or a bright light. Cleaning, polishing, artificial color, and strong lighting can change the appearance of a coin and may reduce collector appeal rather than increase it. There is also a special category that collectors should not confuse with an ordinary circulation strike. In 1967, the United States Mint produced special mint sets, commonly called SMS sets, instead of regular proof sets. A genuine 1967 SMS cent can have a sharper appearance and a different finish from a normal business strike coin. However, a shiny appearance alone does not prove that a cent is SMS. Proper identification depends on the coin's surfaces, strike characteristics, and for high-value examples, professional evaluation. This distinction is where many exaggerated claims begin. A normal 1967 cent should not be called a rare SMS coin simply because it looks bright or reflective. The coin shown in a photograph can be discussed, but a photograph alone cannot confirm its exact strike type, grade, authenticity, or market value. Professional grading services have recorded valuable high-grade 1967 examples, but those prices apply to specific certified coins with exceptional characteristics, not automatically to every 1967 cent. Documented auction results show just how strongly condition can affect the market. PCGS records a regular strike 1967 Lincoln cent selling for $4,945 in MS67, while a 1967 SMS example has a recorded auction result of $5,581.25 in SP68. These are exceptional certified coins, not typical pocket change examples. Their prices reflect extraordinary preservation and high professional grades. Using these records as a guaranteed value for an ordinary circulated cent would be inaccurate and could mislead viewers. The SMS market also demonstrates why certification matters at the highest levels. PCGS records a 1967 SMS cent auction record of $978 for an SP68 example in one designated category, while other certified SMS examples have sold for substantially different amounts. These differences are normal in numismatics. Grade, color designation, cameo contrast, certification, auction timing, and buyer demand can all influence the final result. A single record price should never be presented as the standard value for every coin. When examining your own 1967 cent, start with the date and overall design. Then inspect Lincoln's portrait for wear and contact marks. Check the fields for scratches, spots, or signs of cleaning. On the reverse, Tsepudi A. Study the memorial and lettering for sharpness and damage. Look at the color under natural lighting rather than relying on an exaggerated camera effect. Finally, compare the coin with reliable references before assuming that an unusual appearance represents a valuable mint-made error. It is also important to separate genuine mint errors from damage that happened after the coin left the mint. A curved scratch, flattened area, gouge, discoloration, or unusual mark may have been caused by circulation, machines, chemicals, cleaning, or other contact. Such damage does not automatically create rarity. Genuine errors are evaluated through specific characteristics and expert comparison. If a coin appears unusual, professional attribution can be more reliable than relying on a dramatic online claim or an unverified marketplace listing. So, what is the realistic conclusion for the 1967 Lincoln cent shown here? If it is a normal circulated example, its value is generally around its 1 cent face value. Better preserved coins may attract collector premiums, while exceptional certified regular strikes or genuine SMS examples can sell for much more. The exact amount depends on the specific coin. Without professional certification, it would be inaccurate to promise a particular high value based only on the date or the absence of a mint mark. The 1967 Lincoln cent is a perfect example of why coin collecting requires careful observation instead of sensational guesses. Billions were made, so the date alone does not make every example rare. Yet the best preserved coins and correctly identified special strikes can be genuinely collectible. Check the surfaces, color, strike, and condition before deciding what you have. And remember, the strongest evidence of value comes from documented sales and professional evaluation, not from an asking price or an unsupported claim.